Welcome to Luna English. Today we have 190 job interview sentences, from complete beginner all the way to advanced. Introducing yourself, real examples, tough questions, salary, follow-up. Let's begin together. Here's how it works. First, listen carefully. You'll hear each sentence twice. Then, when you hear the beep, repeat after me out loud. At the end, all the sentences appear on screen. Screenshot them to review anytime. Ready? Let's begin. Let's start the moment you walk in. Hi, I'm here for the interview. Hi, I'm here for the interview. I have an interview at 10. I have an interview at 10. I'm here to see the hiring manager. I'm here to see the hiring manager. Am I a little early? Am I a little early? Should I wait here? Should I wait here? Thanks for having me in today. Thanks for having me in today. It's really nice to meet you. It's really nice to meet you. Your office was easy to find. Your office was easy to find. Can I set my bag down here? Can I set my bag down here? Water would be great, thank you. Water would be great, thank you. I brought a copy of my resume. I brought a copy of my resume. I'm a little nervous, honestly. I'm a little nervous, honestly. Where would you like me to start? Where would you like me to start? Now, let's introduce ourselves. So, a bit about me. So, a bit about me. I'm Lynn, and I'm a designer. I'm Lynn, and I'm a designer. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been doing this for 3 years. I studied marketing in college. I studied marketing in college. My first job was at a small agency. My first job was at a small agency. I moved into design from there. I moved into design from there. Right now, I work at a startup. Right now, I work at a startup. I handle everything on the design side. I handle everything on the design side. My days are mostly meetings and mock-ups. My days are mostly meetings and mock-ups. I work closely with about 6 people. I work closely with about 6 people. Outside work, I run a lot. Outside work, I run a lot. I'll keep this short for now. I'll keep this short for now. That's the short version of me. That's the short version of me. I can go deeper if you want. I can go deeper if you want. Just stop me if I ramble. Just stop me if I ramble. Was that what you were looking for? Was that what you were looking for? Next, let's walk through your work history. In my last job, I led a small team. In my last job, I led a small team. I was there for about 2 years. I was there for about 2 years. I mostly worked with clients. I mostly worked with clients. I handled our biggest account. I handled our biggest account. I trained 2 new hires. I trained 2 new hires. My boss gave me a lot of freedom. My boss gave me a lot of freedom. I'm good at working with people. I'm good at working with people. I pick up new tools fast. I pick up new tools fast. I stay calm when things get busy. I stay calm when things get busy. I'm proud of the work I did there. I'm proud of the work I did there. I've done a bit of everything. I've done a bit of everything. Before that, I was an intern. Before that, I was an intern. I took a year off to study. I took a year off to study. I did some freelance work in between. I did some freelance work in between. My resume has all the dates. My resume has all the dates. I can walk you through it. I can walk you through it. That's most of my background. That's most of my background. Let's finish the basics with why you applied. I found this job on your site. I found this job on your site. A friend told me about the opening. A friend told me about the opening. Your posting really caught my eye. Your posting really caught my eye. I read up on your company. I read up on your company. I like what you're building. I like what you're building. I've used your product for years. I've used your product for years. This role fits what I do well. This role fits what I do well. I want to work on bigger projects. I want to work on bigger projects. I'm ready for a real challenge. I'm ready for a real challenge. I want to grow in this field. I want to grow in this field. I could learn a lot here. I could learn a lot here. The team sounds like a good fit. The team sounds like a good fit. Honestly, I really want this job. Honestly, I really want this job. That's why I applied. That's why I applied. Now we move into the intermediate part, telling a real story. Sure, let me give you an example. Sure, let me give you an example. This was about a year ago. This was about a year ago. We had a launch in 3 weeks. We had a launch in 3 weeks. My job was to keep it on track. My job was to keep it on track. Nobody could agree on the plan. Nobody could agree on the plan. So I got everyone in one room. So I got everyone in one room. I wrote down what each person owned. I wrote down what each person owned. We cut the features we didn't need. We cut the features we didn't need. I checked in with them every morning. I checked in with them every morning. It was tight, but we shipped it. It was tight, but we shipped it. We came in 2 days early. We came in 2 days early. Traffic went up about 40%. Traffic went up about 40%. My manager still brings that project up. My manager still brings that project up. The big lesson was to over-communicate. The big lesson was to over-communicate. I start every project that way now. I start every project that way now. Sorry, was that too much detail? Sorry, was that too much detail? I can give you a shorter one. I can give you a shorter one. Does that answer what you asked? Does that answer what you asked? Next, let's talk about working with people. I work best with a small team. I work best with a small team. I like knowing what everyone is doing. I like knowing what everyone is doing. I keep my team in the loop. I keep my team in the loop. I ask before I assume. I ask before I assume. Once a coworker and I disagreed. Once a coworker and I disagreed. He wanted to cut the whole feature. He wanted to cut the whole feature. I let him finish before I answered. I let him finish before I answered. Then I asked what he was worried about. Then I asked what he was worried about. We looked at the numbers together. We looked at the numbers together. We landed somewhere in the middle. We landed somewhere in the middle. We both walked away fine. We both walked away fine. I don't take feedback personally. I don't take feedback personally. Early feedback saves everyone time. Early feedback saves everyone time. I say sorry when I'm wrong. I say sorry when I'm wrong. I've worked with some difficult people. I've worked with some difficult people. You just keep it about the work. You just keep it about the work. Now, let's own a mistake without falling apart. Yes, I've made a big mistake. Yes, I've made a big mistake. I sent a report with wrong numbers. I sent a report with wrong numbers. The client caught it before I did. The client caught it before I did. My stomach dropped, honestly. My stomach dropped, honestly. I called my manager right away. I called my manager right away. I didn't try to hide it. I didn't try to hide it. I fixed it that same afternoon. I fixed it that same afternoon. Then I called the client myself. Then I called the client myself. I apologized without making excuses. I apologized without making excuses. After that, I built a checklist. After that, I built a checklist. Nobody on my team repeated it. Nobody on my team repeated it. It taught me to slow down. It taught me to slow down. I'd rather catch it than defend it. I'd rather catch it than defend it. Failing is fine if you learn fast. Failing is fine if you learn fast. That one still keeps me careful. That one still keeps me careful. I've never made that mistake again. I've never made that mistake again. Let's close the intermediate part with video interviews. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? I think you're on mute. I think you're on mute. Sorry, you cut out for a second. Sorry, you cut out for a second. Could you say that last part again? Could you say that last part again? Let me turn my camera on. Let me turn my camera on. My connection is a little slow today. My connection is a little slow today. Give me 1 second to reconnect. Give me 1 second to reconnect. Sorry about the noise back here. Sorry about the noise back here. Can I share my screen quickly? Can I share my screen quickly? Are you seeing my slides now? Are you seeing my slides now? I'll stop sharing for a moment. I'll stop sharing for a moment. Should I take the test now? Should I take the test now? How long is the take-home task? How long is the take-home task? Can I send it over tomorrow? Can I send it over tomorrow? Thanks for being patient with the tech. Thanks for being patient with the tech. Now we move into the advanced part, weak spots and why you left. My honest weak spot is delegating. My honest weak spot is delegating. I used to take on too much. I used to take on too much. I've been handing more off lately. I've been handing more off lately. I can get impatient with slow decisions. I can get impatient with slow decisions. I've learned to give things time. I've learned to give things time. I'm not great at self-promotion. I'm not great at self-promotion. I'm working on speaking up sooner. I'm working on speaking up sooner. I left because I'd stopped learning. I left because I'd stopped learning. There was nowhere left to grow. There was nowhere left to grow. The company changed direction on us. The company changed direction on us. My role got much narrower. My role got much narrower. I have nothing bad to say about them. I have nothing bad to say about them. We parted on good terms. We parted on good terms. I was laid off in the last round. I was laid off in the last round. I've used the time to sharpen my skills. I've used the time to sharpen my skills. I'm ready for the next step up. I'm ready for the next step up. Next, let's handle the pressure questions. That's a fair question. That's a fair question. Let me think about that for a second. Let me think about that for a second. Why should you hire me over others? Why should you hire me over others? I close the gap between plan and delivery. I close the gap between plan and delivery. I've done this exact job before. I've done this exact job before. You'd see results in the first month. You'd see results in the first month. I don't want to oversell myself here. I don't want to oversell myself here. Give me a task and I'll show you. Give me a task and I'll show you. That's outside what I've done, honestly. That's outside what I've done, honestly. But I've picked up harder things fast. But I've picked up harder things fast. I don't know, but I'd find out. I don't know, but I'd find out. What makes you ask that? What makes you ask that? Can I push back on that a little? Can I push back on that a little? I think we see this differently. I think we see this differently. I'd want to understand the context first. I'd want to understand the context first. Now, let's turn the table and ask the questions. I saved a few questions for the end. I saved a few questions for the end. What does success look like at 90 days? What does success look like at 90 days? Who would I be working with daily? Who would I be working with daily? How do decisions actually get made here? How do decisions actually get made here? What keeps your best people here? What keeps your best people here? Why is this role open right now? Why is this role open right now? What's the hardest part of this job? What's the hardest part of this job? How does the team handle disagreement? How does the team handle disagreement? What's worrying you about the year ahead? What's worrying you about the year ahead? Is there anything giving you doubts about me? Is there anything giving you doubts about me? I'd rather hear your concerns now. I'd rather hear your concerns now. Let me answer that head on. Let me answer that head on. Thanks for being straight with me. Thanks for being straight with me. What are the next steps from here? What are the next steps from here? When should I expect to hear back? When should I expect to hear back? Is it okay if I follow up Friday? Is it okay if I follow up Friday? Finally, let's talk money and follow up well. Can we talk about the range? Can we talk about the range? What have you budgeted for this role? What have you budgeted for this role? I'd like to hear your number first. I'd like to hear your number first. I'm looking for around 90,000. I'm looking for around 90,000. That's a bit light for this role. That's a bit light for this role. Is there any room on the base? Is there any room on the base? I care about the whole package. I care about the whole package. Could we make up the gap with equity? Could we make up the gap with equity? Is a signing bonus on the table? Is a signing bonus on the table? Let's tie a raise to clear goals. Let's tie a raise to clear goals. I do have another offer in hand. I do have another offer in hand. But you're my first choice, honestly. But you're my first choice, honestly. Meet me partway and I'll sign. Meet me partway and I'll sign. Could I see that in writing? Could I see that in writing? I'd like a few days to decide. I'd like a few days to decide. This was a really good conversation. This was a really good conversation. I'll send a follow-up note tonight. I'll send a follow-up note tonight. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to work with you. Great job making it to the end. The more you practice, the more natural your English feels. If this helped, hit like and subscribe and turn on the bell. What scene would you like to practice next? Any topic or suggestion? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. See you in the next lesson.